Hello, wrestling fans! Welcome to another edition of the TNA Review, brought to you by UnifiedWrestling.com and 123wrestling.co.uk. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Scorpio. Let's get started here from the action of TNA IMPACT from March 1st, 2012. Now, unlike previous weeks, it doesn't begin with Bobby Roode. This begins with Kurt Angle, the guy that has a vendetta here with what's going on here with Jeff Hardy, comes out. Here's a little bio of what happened here last week in regards to Impact and the issues here with Hardy and his interference of Hardy in the match that Hardy had in the main event. And we have Kurt Angle coming out. Now he comes out to the ring and explains a few things that are very entertaining, actually, about why he cannot stand Jeff Hardy. Very entertaining. The guy kept a straight face the whole time. Again, very, very funny what he was saying. Let me talk about a little bit of the things he talked about. Now, he brought out some little cards, cue cards, basically, advising that there were so many things that were bugging him about Jeff Hardy, he had to write them down. And these are a few of the things here. Number one, his hair. The way he colors his hair, the way that coloring hair never makes you a champion. Funny. Number two, the way he dresses, the makeup, the hair, the socks on his arms, that's not what a champion wears. All right, great. He says he dresses all classy and businesslike. He does, but pretty, again, funny to listen to here when you saw it live. Number three, the fans love Hardy. He hates him because the fans love him. He doesn't understand why, apparently. Number four, girls love Hardy. Girls love him too, or he says, girls dig me too, but, I dig girls that, have a brain and whatnot. So, yeah. All right. Number five. This is the most interesting one here. Kurt Angle has 100 action figures. Kurt Angle has hundreds of posters. His son loves Jeff Hardy. His son has Jeff Hardy action figures. His son has Jeff Hardy posters. He even has a shirt that he wears to bed at night that says Jeff Hardy on it. And he wears makeup. Seems like you have other problems besides Jeff Hardy there, Kurt Angle. Anyway, point taken. He hates Jeff Hardy because he's so close to home. So he mentions here that Victory Road, he's going to go ahead and take care of business, and there will be no Jeff Hardy situation. He knows what he has to do. He has to go ahead and fight him at Victory Road. Challenges Jeff Hardy there on Impact, and Jeff Hardy comes out, starts beating on Kurt Angle, and then accepts the challenge. So there we go. First match set up here for Victory Road. Main event, pretty much. Not quite, but close to it. That's going to be an interesting match. Both of these men sell out. Nothing but great things here for Victory Road on March 18th. Look forward to that. After that, Roode gives a little bio on Sting, advising that he wants to get rid of him. He's bad for the business. He's not a wrestler. He's supposed to be backstage, taking care of business, and here he is booking himself for main events. Not happy about that. Touches base on that later on in the show. Match number one is a gauntlet match. This match is Christopher Daniels and Kazarian versus AJ Styles. Now, again, this match happened because of the drama that was happening here last week. This is pretty much a butt whipping here. And it was a nice little showcase for AJ Styles to do a couple of things here flair-wise. But it ends when Daniels is disqualified because here comes Kazarian doing the fade to black on AJ Styles as he's having the match with Christopher Daniels. And then when they say he has been eliminated, here comes Kazarian with the pin on AJ Styles, the man he just applied the fade to black on, and gets the victory. So the plot thickens. Now, the reason why this match took place is because AJ Styles threw the challenge up. If I beat you guys in this gauntlet match, then I got to find out what's been going on, what strings you've been pulling here on my ex-friend Kazarian, and why he's listening to you. Before Christopher Daniels could say anything about that, Kazarian grabs the mic and says, "Challenge accepted," and they start fighting. So interesting that he accepted the challenge. He's also the same man who ended the challenge. But again, plot thickens here on the road to victory. So Victory Road, excuse me. That's going to be March 18th, and another Impact here in between now and then. Let's see what happens with that. Number two was a little segment here of Madison Rayne and Gail Kim. Madison Rayne apparently wants to make good to Gail Kim, Got her some big old posters, trading cards that they have now for the knockouts. Great idea, by the way, TNA. And big, giant, life-size poster. I wish I had one back here, but instead I got the Hitman and the championship belt. All right, but nice little big posters here of knockouts. All right. She loved it, but she says, I got a present for you here. Got a day spa here tomorrow for you, and I got another present for you here today. A match with ODB. Yeah, great. Nice present. Not refundable, not returnable. Just ODB, all right? So that match takes place. That is match number 2. Madison Rayne with Gail Kim versus ODB with Eric Young. This match is entertaining, basically to see Madison Rayne throw herself against a brick wall. Eric Young's always fun to watch here on the apron, running back and forth, taking off his shirt, running back and forth. And match finally ends when it appears that Gail Kim is going to assist with the belt to the head of ODB, but she drops the belt, and ODB gets the victory. Now, they blame here, again, they blaming Gail Kim for the loss. What's going on? What are you doing? I'm sorry, I dropped the belt. We know what's going on here. Gail Kim's got to defend her championship at the pay-per-view here, Victory Road. Not too happy about that, so give her a little help. Nothing wrong with that. Let's move on. After that, we got the Bully Ray little segment here. We've had Bobby Roode and Austin Aries talking about how they're going to get rid of Sting. They approach Bully Ray, and Bully Ray is talking to a lady, ends up bashing her, and then says, call me afterwards. Pretty funny. But then they start talking to this guy. He starts saying, Storm is the reason why I'm not #1 contender. Storm is the reason. No, buddy. Slow down, Turbo. It's not Storm. It's Sting. Sting's screwing Austin Aries for the pure reason that guy's not in any main events. He's main event material, and he's not in any of them. I'm upset at Sting because he's booking himself in matches that he has no business being booked in. And you should be mad at Sting because he's the one who let Brendan Jacobs in the ring. That's the reason why I'm mad at Sting. But whatever. That's the reason you should be mad. Makes a little bit of sense here to the guy with the big calves, and he follows these guys. Call me. All right, call me appears to be the thing there on this segment of TNA. After that, we had the match number 3. But not before there was a little interesting segment here in regards to Jesse Sorensen. Now, as we all know, Jesse Sorensen got hurt at the pay-per-view. Looks like a bad injury. It looks like it was a concussion, but they're saying here this was a busted neck. Eesh, I pray it is not a busted neck here. Again, looked like a concussion, milking as a broken neck. I pray it's not a broken neck, but the next following actions lead me to believe that it's not a broken neck. We have this guy and his mother, Jesse Sorensen, talking about my neck. Oh, and please, son, you'll come back to the ring. You're going to follow your dream. I hope so, Mama. I hope so. I would be a little bit more sensitive to this if not for the following segment after that little drama spit there. Once that happens, we have Zima Ion on the, and basically being asked, do you have any remorse for what you did to this man at the pay-per-view? Remorse? Do I have remorse for being the #1 contender? No. I turn heads and I break necks, and I'll do a backflip and break your neck too. Dang. Wow. Too soon? Yeah, if it was real, it was too soon, but since it's not, nice. Again, Zima Ion is building up steam. Zima Ion is great #1 contender here for the X Division. And all I have to say is, how big is that match? Austin Aries versus Zima Ion for this championship, March 18th. This is going to be, to me, main event. Big X Division fan, high fly fan. Both of these guys have mic skills and have in-ring presence. I can only wait for that. Anyway, after that, we have the actual match. Match number 3. We have Shannon Moore versus Zima Ion. Zima Ion does a lot of the same stuff here, milking the crowd, getting hate from the crowd. Shannon Moore is definitely a worthy opponent there. But nonetheless, Zima Ion hits the face breaker. Zima Ion gets the W. Zima Ion rolling again on his way here to Victory Road, March 18th. And like I said, I can't say enough about how much I'm looking forward to this match. After that, we had match number 4, Knockouts in Action. Now, we had a little segment here where Velvet Sky is doing an interview, then she gets jumped by Sarita and Angelina Love. This ends up turning into a match where we have Mickie James, the one who actually assisted her after she was jumped, and Velvet Sky versus Sarita and Angelina Love. Now this match was pretty good, back and forth here. Basically, Velvet Sky is the Kelly of TNA, so it wasn't too, stuff you have never seen before. But again, it was eye candy, and it was the knockout division, and again, anybody besides ODB, I'd say is a plus in the knockout division. Anyway, this was entertaining, but the funny thing here is Mike Tenay mentioning that John Francis, the guy that does Girls Gone Wild, and Madonna were having war words here on Twitter. Now, this match is going on, and yet they're talking about that. Taz mentions that he's a big fan of Madonna, and the fishnets that Velvet Sky is wearing remind him of Madonna. And Mike Tenay mentions, I'm a big fan of John Francis. Really, dude, those girls are like 18 years old and you're like 60. Creepy, to say the least. Mike Tenay, shame on you, cochino, viejo. Anyway, after this match ends when Velvet Sky pins Jennifer Love after hitting the in your face and getting the victory. All right, following that, we had a situation here where Magnus says why the match between him, Samoa Joe, and James Storm is going to work out. Nobody expected these guys, talking about the tag team champions here, Samoa Joe and Magnus, to do anything, to be of any significance and to get any success here as a tag team. Sadly mistaken were the critics, and these guys are now the tag team champions. One thing I want to say here about Magnus, his mic skills have jumped up to another level. I know this was a segment and this was taped earlier. It wasn't live, but man, the guy never said, he never said, you know what? Nothing like that. That key things that trigger a guy having issues here with Mike. Great things happening here with Magnus. He's got the look. He's got the moves now with Samoa Joe as a tag team partner, building himself some presence. And the guy's got mic skills. He's the one who actually did all the talking here in this little segment here. So, kudos! Up to you, old chop. All right. Magnus is included in this match here as the main event. We have Bobby Roode, Bully Ray, and Austin Aries, these guys that were supposed to be sitting out, versus Magnus, Samoa Joe, and James Storm. Now, these guys said they had a plot. They were actually sitting out, trying to talk Sting that, oh, we're not going to wrestle. We're sitting out, like forming a union here. Two of these guys are champions. Sting comes out and mentions, if you guys don't wrestle, you're stripped. And then he goes to Billy Ray and says, if you don't wrestle, you don't get paid. So you guys still going to quit or what? No, now we're not going to quit. Now we're not going to quit. Great. So we got this match set up. This was the main event set up because, again, Austin Aries' beef all along was that he was never in the main event. Congratulations. You're in the main event. This is the main event that they took place in. All right, so this match was entertaining. Back and forth. We had Bully Ray basically matching up here with Samoa Joe. That was an entertaining matchup to see because both of these elephants were going back and forth. A lot of chops that Samoa Joe was suffering. Samoa Joe couldn't do chops because here comes Bully Ray with a shirt on. Smart move by Bully Ray, but unfortunate here for Samoa Joe. His whole front was all red and all just, poor Samoa Joe. Anyway, this match ends when we have James Storm hitting the finisher, last call, on Bobby Roode, the champ. And there we go. Again, Bully Ray does not take kindly to this. Bully Ray attacks the guy that's helping Samoa Joe here, Magnus, and then while James Storm is celebrating, attacks him by throwing the same chair he just hit Magnus with, and then using his boot to use the chair. Yeah. He then hangs over my boy here, James Storm, and mentions, you're not going to go, you're not going to make it to the pay-per-view. You're not going to make it to Victory Road. There's a few here impacts between now and then, and he's got a good point, but it's going to take more than a chair to the face to take out James Storm. I guess he'll find that out soon enough. Anyway, that's all the information we have here for this review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You enjoyed it as much as I did. This was a very good Impact. Better Impact than most. Very action-packed. Very high-paced. We had a little cameo here of Ric Flair. Eric Bischoff talking about how Garrett better not show up next week or there's hell to pay. Garrett says, I'm my own man, but thank you, I appreciate the heads up. Little things like that made this Impact just a little bit better. So great to see TNA. Good job. Can't wait to see what happens here next week. And again, follow all the information here and news updates on UnifiedWrestling.com. From myself, Caesar Scorpio, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next week.